Hi everyone, it's that time of year again when we're going to run through all of my empties. These are the products that I love so much, I've used them up, which I say this in every single one of these videos. It's very rare for somebody that does the job that I do, and I'm buying products constantly. Sometimes I get sent items. It's very rare that I would use something up unless I absolutely adore it. So we're gonna get started. If you're new here, hi, my name's Gemma. I upload 2 to 3 videos here on YouTube every single week. I'm also on Instagram if you fancy checking me out over there. And I would really appreciate it if you find this video helpful or entertaining in any way. Come and join the Pampered Wolf Pack by clicking on that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. Jumping into the first item, look how pretty this is. I'm really sad that this is almost coming to an end because it's so stunning. I think what I'm going to do is melt everything down and wash this out so that I can use this container for something else. This is a candle from Beauty Pie in the scent Casa de Coco. And let me tell you, it smells beautiful. Coconuts. There is a hint of vanilla in here. I'm usually not a vanilla fan, but this I do. It's lovely. It really is incredibly long burn time. I cannot remember how long I've had this for, but it's been burning for a very, very long time. I never used to have candles in my house when the kids were little because I was always really fearful that they'd throw a toy at it and set the house on fire. It's only in the last couple of years where I've thought, actually, they're old enough now. Actually, they're probably more hazardous now than they were when they were 2. Maybe I should rethink. Anyway, I'm throwing caution to the wind. I have candles absolutely everywhere. And yeah, I love it. I absolutely love this one. And it does make a difference when it's in pretty packaging, when you have it out on your side and you actually like to look at it as well as you like to burn it and smell it. The scent of this also carries a long way. So if I've been burning this in my kitchen, which is quite a long way away from the front door, and I go out and come in, I can still smell the scent right at the front door. So I have this on order. I won't be without this for very long, but yes. It wouldn't be an empties video without me mentioning some sort of Olaplex product. I've now ran out of my Olaplex number 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo and the number 5 Bond Maintenance Conditioner. I love these. I really do. I've already got spares waiting in the wings for me to use in the next couple of days. The Bond shampoo is completely gone. I mean, that is going in the recycling. This Bond conditioner I've had sat upside down in my bathroom just so that every single last bit goes to the end. And the good thing about these is you can remove the lid and really get your finger in there and scoop out everything that's left. So as soon as I can't get any more out with my finger, I will put a little bit of water in here and shake it around and get the last dregs out because I don't like wastage, as you know. The one thing I will say is ever since I've been using the shampoo and the conditioner, because they're so rich and nourishing, I was noticing that I was getting quite a few breakouts on the back of my neck. So if you are struggling with the same thing with any shampoo or conditioners, what I advise that you do is wash your hair, rinse your hair, and then go in with a salicylic acid cleanser and just go around your neck and the top of your back and shoulders. So it definitely does make a difference. I couldn't pinpoint it at first, and then I realized, that's why. So yeah, just a little tip for you if you are struggling with the same thing. I didn't want to knock using the Olaplex on the head, but the breakouts were coming thick and fast. So I've now started doing that and no issues anymore. I love the shampoo and conditioner. I won't be changing anytime soon. So there will be more empties in a future video. So there's no wonder that another SPF is going to feature in an empties video because I use a lot of it on a daily basis. This is my new favourite. I've spoken about this quite a lot on my channel. It's from Ultraviolet and it's the Supreme Screen Hydrating Facial Sunscreen. I love it. The chemical filters in here are unbelievable. This does not feel like a sunscreen on your skin. It just feels like a moisturizer, and it gives your skin the most beautiful luminous sheen. It's one of those sunscreens that is pricey, but for me, I pay it because it does the job, it protects my skin, and it feels nice. And anything that does that, I will continue to use religiously, and that is what counts with an SPF. Now, if you can find something that's more affordable that you love, I am definitely not suggesting that you go out and buy this. This is my favorite. It's been my favorite for a while. Am I on my second bottle or am I on my third? I can't actually remember. It has a slight tint to this. It doesn't look like a tint on your skin, so it won't make you look ashy if you have a darker skin tone than mine, and it won't give you any colour if you have a fairer skin tone than mine. But yeah, I just think it's an unbelievable sunscreen, definitely worth having a look at if you've still not found a sunscreen that suits your skin. It's very nourishing and hydrating though, so if you have oily skin, I definitely wouldn't recommend this one for you, but they do have others that may suit you instead. Moving on to another Beauty Pie product. This is the Beauty Pie Good Hands No Rinse Hand Cleansing Gel. This is basically a hand sanitizer, but I like to have a hand sanitizer in my bag because although when you go to shops and you go to shopping centres and you go to food outlets, they generally have their own, but sometimes I forget to do them on the way out, in which case I just reach into my handbag, pick up my gel and distribute it around my family. I am that person that's like, give me your hands. Everybody, give me your hands. Annoying, but that's me. So I do like this. I'm on my second one of these now. It is a clear gel. Oh, that's gone right down my wrist. Okay. And it's a really nice consistency. It doesn't feel drying on the skin. It smells lovely. So this does have, let me read you the ingredients, jojoba oil in here, so it is quite hydrating. It's got a little slip to it once it's dried down, which I really like. So this is non-drying, and it's got bitter orange oils in here, which is what it smells like, and it's also got copper peptides in here as well. It's one of those products that I would prefer to use this than use the shop's own, because usually it's a generic one that's just alcohol in a tub, which is great for cleansing your hands and making sure that your hands are free of bacteria, but not so great for the skin. So I prefer to use this one. It's really, really lovely. I've just bought another one of these. This is the Simple Hydrating Cleansing Oil. I actually don't use it as a cleansing oil for my face, although I used to, and you can. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever, but I use this to clean my brushes. It's so quick, it's so easy. I use it exactly the same as I would use it on my face. It's the cheapest brush cleaner that I've ever bought, but it's really not for that purpose, but that's how I use it, and I go through quite a lot of it. I thought this had been discontinued. Not so. I'm not sure if you can get this in all the four corners of the world, but you can definitely still get this in the UK, and it's worth its weight in gold. As long as you use it properly, it works a treat. Let's talk fragrance. This is the second bottle that I've had of this. I've found this and I am obsessed. It's a little bit of an addiction. There are a couple of scents within this range. It is this one that I adore. And if you ever see me in Meadowhall, 99% of the time now I will be wearing this fragrance, and I like to douse myself in it because it's so uplifting and fresh, and yet still has that floralness to it. So it's still very girly, and yet it's invigorating and awakening, and it's not heavy at all. It's gorgeous. If you haven't had a spritz of this already, I highly, highly recommend that you go out and smell it. Usually fragrances smell like cat pee on me. I've spoken about this several times on my channel before. This, we're on another level. I've found a winner. I am grabbing it with both hands. It's not been that long and I've gone through quite a lot of this, but I do like to shower in it. I'm not gonna lie. Next product that I go through quite a lot of is the Lancome Mr. Big Mascara. Now, I already have a spare waiting in the wings just in case, because you all know me, I like to be prepared just in case there is a mascara shortage emergency. It could happen, you never know. I get a little anxious if I'm not 100% prepared, so here it is. I also really like the waterproof version of this. So if you live in a hot, humid country, you may want to try that version out. I don't find that it transfers. It's really easy to remove. It's not one of those where you have to be rubbing your eyes forevermore to get it off your lashes and it ends up damaging the lashes that you have. I like both of the formulas, and you'll see both appear quite regularly in the description boxes of all my videos. Ride or die, I get supreme volume with this mascara. Supreme, luscious, full fat lashes like nothing else. I haven't found anything that rivals this, although I do like the Lancome Lash Idole mascara as well, just for more of a lengthening thing rather than a voluminous thing. But this is still my favourite and I go through quite a lot. The next empty is another mascara. This one's from Charlotte Tilbury and it's the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes. I really like this. The reason I like this so much is for the applicator, because the applicator is so fine and easy to use. It is perfection for those lower lashes. Now you can use this on your upper lashes as well if you want to. I tend not to because my ride or die is Lancome Mr. Big, but I love this for my lower lashes when the Lancome Mr. Big's applicator is slightly too chunky for my personal preference. So this is the Lancome Mr. Big mascara wand. I just find it a little bit too cumbersome for my lower lashes that sit very close to my under eyes. So I much prefer this, but because I only use this for my lower lashes, this dries out a lot quicker than it would do if I used it all over, because, you know, that's just what happens to mascaras. So I never use up the entire product before I need a new one, which is a bit of a hazard, but it is what it is. I need a new one of these and I will be repurchasing. Moving on. Now these next products get me really excited because they have saved me over the last year. I bought these mid-first lockdown when I'd not had my hair done for such a long time and it was really getting me down, and I saw an advert for these on Instagram, I think it was. These are the best things ever. Now I've already been told that there are more affordable alternatives to these, but I've not needed to check those out because these have lasted such a long time. One of them is still majorly going strong. So these are from Colour Wow and they are the Root cover-ups. If you're like me and have grey roots especially, and you want to cover them up and make them look like you've just had your hair done. By the way, mine is being done on Friday of this week. So by the time you're watching this, my hair will have already been redone. So my roots actually really need covering up, and you wouldn't know because I've used this. So this is a powder. As you can see, mine is well used. You get a brush. You do get two sides of the brush. One is more stiff than the other and more dense. I always use this end. I never use this end. I just feel like this doesn't do the job as well as this part. Although if you have a lot of surface area to cover, you may need to use this end, otherwise you'll be there forever. A lot of people say that this doesn't adhere to their hair. Top tip for you, just pull the hair taut before you really stamp that shade into the hair. If it still doesn't adhere, give it a little bit of a spritz of hairspray. That acts as a primer and will really help the product to stick to the hair fibers. I've not used the platinum blonde today. I've used the normal blonde today, also very well used, but I also have the dark blonde shade as well, which is less used, but maybe during the winter months, if I go a little deeper, I may get more wear out of that. These have lasted me such a long time. I've never repurchased these, but I am hitting pan on both the light platinum blonde and also the normal blonde. So I may have to think about repurchasing these very, very soon, but I wanted to include them in this video because they're such great products. They really, really are. Having said that these have lasted me such a long time, I do need to make you aware that I don't use these every day. I go to the salon probably every 4 to 5 weeks, so I don't get a lot of root regrowth. But even so, if I wanted to, these would probably lengthen my stay in between salon appointments by at least 2 to 3 weeks. So if you're struggling with those hairdresser's appointments, if you don't have the time or you can't afford to keep going really regularly, these may be a really good fix for you. They were an excellent fix for me during lockdown, and I still use them today, just not as often as I used to. Let's talk about another repurchase. This is from Dr. Sam, and this is the Flawless Revival Mask, another product that I am completely addicted to. I do love a face mask. You all know I love a face mask. It just makes me feel pampered and luxurious and a little bit like a princess, I'm not gonna lie. So this is one of my favorites. And I've done some filming recently where I really did do a little bit of a number on my skin, and my skin needs to rebuild and repair. Last night I had this on. Luckily, I opened my new one. I was sent this from Dr. Sam initially. I have repurchased this with my own money since. It is a great product. And even though it says to just leave this on for, how long does it say to leave this on? I think it says 10 minutes. Yes, it does, 10 minutes. I put this on probably around about the 9:30 mark last night and washed it off at midnight. It's a lovely product. And Dr. Sam contacted me and said this is like a big warm hug for the skin. It really is. It's lush. So it has some amazing hero ingredients in here. Niacinamide, shea butter, squalane, glycerin. It definitely does the job. You get a lot of product for your money. It should last you a long time, unless you use it as regularly as I do. I'll put it in the description box for you. If you haven't tried it already, I highly recommend you check it out. And the last empty that features in this video goes to Pat McGrath Labs, and also the award for the longest product name in history also goes to Pat McGrath. This is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. Whew, that was a mouthful. This is the most amazing powder I have ever bought. It's also the best money I have ever spent on a powder. It's unbelievable. This is white in colour because I've got the shade light, but there are other shades available if your skin tone is deeper than mine. It is really hard pressed. I was worried that this was going to break up in the pan once I hit pan. It has not happened. There's still plenty left in, but I have already ordered myself a spare just in case I have a bit of a powder accident. I had to order one. I had to be prepared. It's unbelievable. It really is. This is smoothing. This is blurring. This sets my under eye concealer so that it does not move and it does not crease. It works with all concealers. You don't have to use the Pat McGrath concealer. This is universal across the board. Now, I apply this with a damp sponge underneath my eye, but if you're wanting to add less powder underneath that delicate eye area, you can use a brush or you can use your fingertips just on the areas that you need it. I doubt that I will ever find a powder that is better than this, but I really hope I do, because that powder will be able to make me a cup of tea, make my bed and walk my dog all at the same time. And I don't even have a dog, so that would be impressive. So that's it for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. They are all of the products that I've been using recently that I am just about to get to the end of, I have just got to the end of, or I've just repurchased just in case, because they are that good. Let me know in the comment section what products are your ride or dies. There are plenty more that are half empty waiting in the wings for the next video, which might come sooner than you think. Hope to see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.